Hello viewers, welcome to Kboxtv. It's another episode of Kboxtv Live, and today we're here with the former WBO African champion, Richard Lartey Harrison. Richard is here with us. He has a fight against Nathan Gorman in the UK on October, and then the fight was originally scheduled to come on like on September 12th, but it got postponed, and now we have a new date. There are a lot of things that we've been hearing since the fight got postponed with his management and all that, but today we have him on the show, and then he will let us know what exactly is going on. I'm sure many of our viewers have already seen the article that's going on, that he has a battle that he's even fighting outside the ring. And so today we'll find out what kind of battle that he's fighting outside the ring, and then we'll also find more details about why the fight was postponed and his preparations towards the fight ahead, Nathan Gorman. So, guys, my guest on the show again is the former WBO Africa heavyweight champion, Richard Lartey. Richard, welcome to Kboxtv. Hello, Richard. Can you hear us? Richard, can you hear us? We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, Kofi.
Yeah, I can hear you. Welcome to Kboxtv. Richard, can you hear me? Welcome to Kboxtv, Richard. Guys, my guest on the show is Richard Lartey. Is scheduled to face Danny Gorman. I'm sure many of you have seen this flyer going out around town. Gorman versus Richard Lartey on Saturday, the 12th. It was supposed to happen on 12th September, but it's postponed. And we'll see him on October 10th. And it's based in Accra, where he's preparing ahead of the fight against because of the fight Danny Dubois, but he's here on the show. Richard, can you hear us? You can hear me? Hello, Richard, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but your line is breaking.
I'm sorry. I mean, oh, too bad we've lost him. We'll try to get him back on the show. Guys, like I said, he has a fight against Nathan Gorman, a very big fight. Already he's fought Daniel Dubois. He lost the fight, but he's going into another cracker, another Frank Warren Promotions event. And we want to know how he's preparing for the fight. And of course, we've all seen the article going around town that he's fighting a battle outside the ring. We'll find out about that battle that he's fighting outside the ring as well. And then, his preparations towards the fight. Hello, Richard. Hello, Richard.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, Richard. I mean,
welcome. I'm good.
And how are you doing?
Kofi, your line is strange. Yeah, I'm doing better. What about you?
I'm also good, man. I'm good.
And everybody on this show.
Everybody's is great, and thanks for making time for us on the Kboxtv Live. Richard, I mean, let's just go straight into it because we're already having some internet problems. So let's just jump straight into it. I mean, the fight against Nathan Gorman.
Come again. Your line is very faint. Come again.
Okay, I'm saying let's just go straight into the matters. I mean, the fight against Gorman. The fight against Gorman.
Gorman. Yeah, it's going to be a very exciting bout, and you must know the son of the eagle is about to fly high again. And I say with Gorman, I don't want to predict the rounds, but the ring is going to decide. The best can come out with the flying colors and victorious, because I know I'm about to release a big missiles to Gorman. if he doesn't take care. So he should be very aggressive and work everything accordingly. If not, he will go down. Because
Okay.
I don't want his fans to see him kissing the canvas in front of his people.
We lost him again. We're trying to get him back on the line again. He doesn't have what he has to say about the fight, but it's going to be a very good fight. Uh, it's not back on the line. So. Hello, Rich. Yeah, please go.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, I wanted you to learn, then I can follow up with my question.
Your line is faint.
It's the internet. It's not. It's everything seems perfect from my side. So I don't know. But is it okay now? Is it okay now? Is it okay now?
Very faint. I can't hear what are you saying.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear everything you're saying very clearly. The fight against Danny Dubois was the fight that put you that set up this fight against
You said
the fight against DDD was the fight that set you up for this one.
the line is very, very faint. I can't hear what are you saying.
Too bad, too bad, too bad, too bad, too bad, too bad. Okay, you know what? I'm going to pose the questions. Then you can read them, and then you will see if you can see that. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I'm talking about the fight against DDD. I was saying that it was the fight that set up this fight. You know. So I'm asking what you learned from the fight from this fight from that fight.
You said you're asking about my living.
No, I'm asking about this one, the fight against DDD. I'm asking what did you learn from it? Excuse me.
What? We come again with the question. Your line is very faint, so I can't hear anything. So come again with the question again.
Okay, okay. I'm saying that the fight against DDD was the fight that set up this fight. The fight against DDD was the fight that set up this fight. So I'm asking, I mean, if there's anything that you've learned from the fight going into this one. Okay, so you can see the question on the screen. You can see the question on the screen, right? On your screen. On your screen. Oh, too bad. I mean, uh, you see the question on
The
the,
fight against Tuba. What did you learn?
uh,
Yeah. I learned a lot from that fight because I learned a lot from Dubois fight because that was my first time in the UK fighting Dubois in his native home. It's going to take me a lot, but I was a little bit disappointed about how the travel issues went. But all the same, that's what God wants to do. So I have no option than to come there and do what I'm supposed to do. But I've learned a lot. And that has given me a lot of exposure, and I thank God for that. But it's boxing. Although if you is boxing is two things: either you win, you lose, or draw. And I lost it, and that's it. But I believe Dubois is doing well. Is doing well in the career, and I do appreciate that. I do appreciate him as much as he's doing well with the promotion. And I thank everybody who is helping him to reach the height that he has attained now. I thank Frank Warren for that, for promoting him. But boxing, a lot of things do happen. After my fight with Dubois, I went through a lot of things with my former management, my former team, everything they did. I went through hell. But I thank God, as I now, I'm still in the game, doing my possible best to get on my feet. As of now, with Gorman fight, I've learned a lot with Gorman fight. I'm not coming there to do the stuff I did, but with a different package. You understand? With a different package that we got to.
all right, we lost him again. He was talking about the packages. I mean, the different packages or different style that he has prepared for the fight against Gorman. But he's back on the show, so we're going to
And
connect him
I've
real
come with
quick.
a
And then,
with a different package, and different love, different five star. But I believe in only one thing, and I believe in training. And when you have the fitness and endurance, you can attain to every height. What the message that I'm telling Gorman now is he should just prepare for the missiles ahead of him, because come October 10th is not too far from now, and I'm doing everything possible for me to get him down. So he should also work very well.
great. I mean, the next question is how is training going in the camp? I mean, how is training going in the camp? Uh,
Test it.
uh, I'm coming.
Your line
Uh,
is faint, so test it, and I'll do the this thing.
yeah.
On that.
So, uh, it's very unfortunate that you're not getting the best of the show, but uh, we're gonna do our best with what we have. The internet is messing up a little bit, so yeah. Can you hear us now? Can you see us now?
Yeah, yeah, we're doing good. Training is doing the camp. The camp is somehow loving. You understand? This my
Yeah.
camp is very very much loving, and I'm not looking at those who are in there to obstruct us. We're not looking at them, but just that we're focusing on what we're supposed to do. And I thank God He has given me the strength, the energy, and the ability to do what is ahead of me. I thank God for the opportunity that He has granted me, and my team. Everybody is kicking, as you can see. I look strong and stronger than before. And I look big now. I look big now in my weight. So I think government should get ready, because you got a new thing for him. You got a new package. Africa must rule. That's the word I'm gonna use for this fight. I've entitled this fight "Africa Must Rule," and truly, we're going to rule.
Africa must rule, man. I mean, it's a very good title you're taking into the camp. But you posted that you were having some issues with your management. What issues like that are you having with your management? All right, guys, we're trying to get him back on the show. You can just jump onto Kboxtv on Facebook and then join the conversation live. My guest on the show today is Richard Lartey. We're talking about the fight that he has.
Yeah, yeah.
So, okay.
Before I traveled to fight Triple D in the United Kingdom, we were having a lot of issues, because the management in which the people that I call my management, my team, are all shenanigans of April. Are all shenanigans thieves. They are all cheaters. But I thank God that He has opened my eyes, so that I can move on. I can move on, because he was trying to cheat me, because before the fight with Dubois, I asked him for the fight contract, and he don't want to bring it out until I have to come to the United Kingdom and ask Frank Warren to produce me the fight contract before I could step into the ring, and which he did. As for that, I give him applause for that, for Frank Warren. Thank you very much for that. And some of the African promoters and managers over here are all shit. Yet some of them are shit, because they don't look into the future. They don't look that the boxer can get something good out for him. But all that they're looking for the money to cheat. How can you see? They just saw 50,000 pounds, and they change their lifestyle like chameleons. I was so amazed. How can I fight for 50,000, and the only money that the manager said the money that is due me is 10,000 pounds?
Interesting. This is very.
So as for this time, yeah, this time I'm doing self-management. Since the 3rd of May 2019 that I left the United Kingdom, that manager has never crossed my lane, has never called to ask me, Richard, how are you doing? Meanwhile, my money is with him. The federation, the Ghana Boxing Authority, is with the general secretary of the Ghana Boxing Authority is siding with him to cheat people, which I don't understand.
Are you saying that? Patrick Johnson of the General Secretary of the GBA.
Yeah, he's called Patrick Johnson. He's siding with the Kabik Promotions to cheat people because he has taken the GBA office as his own property, which is wrong. Then all that they know is they know that most boxers from Africa are illiterate. But I, Richard Lartey Harrison, stand on my feet and prove them wrong.
There was a hearing after those allegations were made. Is that correct?
Come again?
Was there any form of hearing at the disciplinary committee when all these issues started coming up?
I'm not getting your question. Please let it come again.
Okay.
You can't even
I'm asking that the GBA, they start on the issue, right? Did they sit on this issue when the issue started coming?
Text me.
Okay.
Give a test. And let me highlight on the question, please.
All right.
Give a test and let me answer that question.
Okay. All right. So this is it. I'm asking if the GBA sat on the issue, and what was the verdict when they sat on the issue?
You said?
I'm asking when the issue started coming. Did the GBA start on it? Did they talk about it?
Yes, yeah, that's good. I like your question. Thank you very much for this question. Before the GBA will get the knowledge about this old stuff that is going on. When I got a fight, the fight that I got a Dubois fight, the manager told me the fight is attracting a sum of £20,000, which I was not believing. So after I got to know, I threatened him that without a contract, I'm not going for that fight. And the manager came out and told me, Richard, the purse is £50,000. So I said, on what criteria and on what letter did you first wrote to the GBA and they give you the release letter? Because you sent a copy of the contract and it was £20,000 in that letter that is sent to the GBA. The GBA should have sanctioned him for that because he has automatically lied to the GB, to the federation. You understand? But they closed their eyes on that.
Right.
Because the general secretary closed his eyes on that.
Right.
Afterwards, after the fight that we came back, the manager told me the money that is due.
The bottom of it very soon. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I call the attention of the GBA to look into this issue and solve it, but the GBA could not do anything. They've sat on this issue for 1 year and 6 months without a verdict.
Wow. So over 1.5 months, 1.5 years.
The most appalling part is that the GBA secretary has connived and locked on with a manager to cheat me, which I don't understand. Because I quite remember I wrote a letter to the GBA. Every letter that my manager have, the termination of contract, abrogation of contract, cease and desist letter that all these have made, I copied the GBA to the manager.
Okay. Keep going.
I copied the GBA to the manager, and now the general secretary has come together with the manager to tell me to give them £5 million before they could release me. And as of now, a year a year and a 6 months without the manager knowing the affairs of the boxer, as forget to fulfill his obligations as a manager, which I don't understand. Due to that, in our managerial contract that we signed, he puts a clause in it, and that clause has turned into a breach for him.
What was the clause? What was the clause? What was the clause? What was the clause? What was the clause talking about?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. What was the clause?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah. I said he put a clause in a contract, in the agreement, which has now turned a breach for him. And he has breached a contract for a year.
Wow, the internet is not making us have a very smooth show today. Yeah, you are talking about a clause.
And he has not shown any remorse, but rather showing coming into this fight. He don't know anything about this fight, but he is rather asking for a percentage, which is very bad of him. That's a greedy attitude and a selfish attitude of him.
Right. What was the clause that he put in the contract? Okay. Guys, I mean, we hear a lot of things being done to boxers every day, every now and then, but this situation is also a very sad situation, and for a boxer to give his all and get the opportunity to fight and then be cheated by his management. I mean, these are things that we need to find ways of trying to, resolve. Other than that, because the stock in trade when it comes to boxing is the boxer. So, I mean, I feel like it is always very important that the boxer always comes first in everything. In any way, there is an agreement.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Kofi?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Oh.
Kofi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. I can hear you. Can you hear me? I can hear you. I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, let your question come. Let your question come.
So I was asking that what was the clause that he put in the contract? What was the clause that your management?
Your line is faint. It's breaking.
I have written the question. You can see the question. What was the clause? Oh, too bad. Too bad. Too bad. So Richard is saying that his management put some clause in the contract, and that is what led to him feeling like the contract that he has with his old management is over. You understand? I mean, that's what I was trying to find out from him. What kind of clause that he put in the his management put in the contract that makes it invalid or makes it not binding at the moment. So we will try and get him back on the show. But he said a lot of things. First of all, that the fact that for over a year and a half, his management has not come through for him. He himself went to the USA to prepare for the fight, or sorry, after the fight against DGD, and then he came back to Ghana, and then not too long ago we hear about the fight against him, and then Nathan Gorman. And so we want to find out more about it, and then we will see how it would go. All right, guys. I mean, maybe you haven't heard, but let me just walk you through some of the things that is happening with Lartey himself. First of all, Lartey first fought against DDD. It's one of the fighters set him up or outdoed him in the UK and showed him to the UK fans. Even though he lost, the round 3 is one of the rounds in I think last year that was very, very talked about because um, he really gave DDD a very tough time. And after that fight, he's always been getting the the I think that after the fight against DDD, he came out that I mean he's one of the contenders for big fights, and we weren't so surprised that we heard that he's going to fight Nathan Gorman. Now the fight against Nathan Gorman was slated for September 12th, but it had to be postponed, and now the new date in is October 10th, and so he's preparing for the fight. And whilst preparing for the fight, we heard this thing that he's having a couple of problems with his management. And what issues is he having now? He was saying that when he went to UK, the price that he was supposed to be paid was 50,000, but unfortunately he was given $10,000. I mean, you can see the difference. It's very big. He's reported the issue to the GBA, and then he's saying, I mean, he's made a lot of allegations. I'll try my possible best to get a GBA secretary on the show another time so that he can also, I mean, um, clear the air on where they stand. I mean, whether what he's saying they also have a counter to it and how they've been able to resolve it. I mean, before I mean, many of us know that Lartey went to the US. The reason why he left to the US, we don't know. All right, we don't know why he left and went to the US. But the thing is, when he went there, we saw him train. We saw training and fight videos, and so we were so hopeful that he was going to get back into the game when he came to Ghana. And the good thing is that he's back to Ghana, and then he's had this fight. If a fighter is going to fight, we all hope that he gets this clear mind and able to step into the ring to deliver because it's a whole different ball game altogether. Issues went on, and that's some of the issues that led to him losing the last fight. Like he said on the show, that going into the fight, a lot of things happened. He wasn't able to take his trainer and all that. So all those things affected his performance. But when he went there, still he was able to fight. Now he's been able to deliver. The press that later he saw wasn't communicated to him or wasn't given to him when he came back home. So I mean, I feel like this is something that the management should look at, sit him down, have a conversation with. But suing him £5,000, £5 million, I don't think is going to do it. Unless you're telling us that you are trying to tie him because he's not willing to bring forth the contract. But whatever it is, I think it would be great for management and boxer and the GBA. Right now, from the way he's talking, looks like he doesn't even trust the GBA anymore. It looks like he's going to have a very hard time trusting the GBA, and it's also going to be another thing that's going to affect the credibility and the credibility of the GBA in the eyes of the people, right? Because they are the regulators of the sport. So, I mean, I think it would be very great that they resolve this matter in house before he leaves to UK. But whatever case it is, we wish him the very best in the fight against Gorman. Like he said, this is the fight that he sees as an opportunity that can take his name to the next level. And looking at the two fighters is just I think it's just fair. Or I think is the two fighters are just one of the. I think I just want to say that these two pairings are one of the pairings that is good. And on any card that they'll put this card, this fight, I think it's going to be a very good show. So guys, unfortunately, I'm not getting through to Richard Harrison anymore. So we'll end the show today, and then we'll try our possible best to get him on the show another time, possibly before he leaves to UK for the fight, and then we see how we go about it. So thank you for making time. Tomorrow I'll be back with a crew with Ahmed Oda and then Daniel Sowa, and we'll discuss what's happening in the world of boxing. But I want to say a very big thank you to Peter Bloom, to Greatness Will, to Rabero Robert, and then Kujo Ahmed Oda for tuning in to watch the show. Until God willing tomorrow, I want to say a very good evening to you guys all and have a wonderful night.